Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the show today, a group of government officials and religious leaders from Indonesia are visiting Tzu Chi while on a trip to Taiwan. In our continuing series on weather conditions, we learn how meteorologists use a variety of equipment to forecast daily weather. And what do you do if you have a damaged painting at home? We meet the art restorers who help preserve and repair artworks. DaAi TV is not only aired in Taiwan, but through the years of hard work of Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers, the charity TV station is also established in Jakarta and Medan to spread Tzu Chi's positive message. On September 25th, a group of 31 government officials and religious leaders, along with Tzu Chi volunteers from Indonesia, visited Tzu Chi on their first trip to Taiwan to learn more about the organization's humanitarian spirits.
The Tzu Chi hospital staff and Tzu Chi volunteers warmly welcome the Indonesian religious dignitaries and government officials to Taiwan. The friendly atmosphere leaves a great impression on the guests.
After listening to the Vice Superintendent's report on how Tzu Chi built the hospital, I conclude that great love is what religions hope to bring to their followers. But nobody achieves this better than Master Zheng Yan.
At their stop at DaAi TV, visitors realize that the building's architectural inspiration is a lotus flower and that humanitarianism flows even from the background posters on the sets.
There are 10 TV stations in Indonesia. Many are news stations, but DaAi TV really educates the public about humanitarian work and right and wrong. It really raises our moral spirit.
In 2001, he made a wish to be able to go to Hualien to thank Tzu Chi and to meet Master Zheng Yan.
Not only are the guests making donations, but they also vow to build a DaAi TV media building in Indonesia to write a page of humanitarian history.
Since 2003, Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers have built a close partnership through distributing rice and helping build classrooms for the Islamic Nurul Imam boarding school in Bogor city of Jakarta. Last year, the volunteers even organized language courses to teach students Chinese and Jingsi aphorisms in hopes of boosting education levels and cultural literacy.
As the students chant a welcoming song in Chinese, the volunteers feel particularly at home. Tzu Chi has helped students in the Islamic Nurul Imam boarding school for close to 10 years. Last year, they started to teach them Chinese.
They are like our children. We feel close to them. When Tzu Chi volunteers are involved in the class, the atmosphere becomes harmonious.
The Islamic Nurul Imam boarding school is a shelter for children from poor families. Its partnership with Tzu Chi can be traced back to the rice distribution of 2003. Over the past 10 years, Tzu Chi has helped it build classrooms and held free clinics and distributions for its students. Recently, the volunteers started to teach them Chinese.
We need to make more effort to teach them Chinese so that they can learn about Tzu Chi and Master Zheng Yan's love. Later, they will be able to help more people in Indonesia.
I'm happy to learn Chinese from you, and I want to thank you, as well as the volunteers in Taiwan, Jakarta, and Tagalan.
Currently, for teacher availability reasons, there are only 4 Chinese classes open, so the students listen to the class attentively. After school, they even share what they've learned with the other students.
We often encourage each other. We cannot give up this valuable opportunity. We must cherish the Tzu Chi volunteers' kindness. We want to prove that we are able to learn Chinese and Jingsi aphorisms.
There's no barrier between Tzu Chi and the Islamic school. The volunteers teach the students Chinese songs to help them learn Chinese and Jin's aphorisms and thus spread the love of Tzu Chi.
The 2012 Nanjing Taiwan Trade Fair came to an end on September 23rd. The four-day exhibition attracted 365,000 visitors, creating 24 billion NT dollars in new business opportunities. The fair enjoyed the full support of the Nanjing city government, with Taiwan brands winning approval from the mayor and other city officials. DaAi Technology exhibited its line of fashionable, eco-friendly clothing at the event, exciting a great deal of interest among fairgoers.
The Taiwan Trade Fair in Nanjing attracted over 360,000 visitors. DaAi Technology's brand of eco-friendly clothing, made from 100% recycled bottles, was a big hit with fairgoers. But sales figures are not as important as the love volunteers shared with the crowds.
DaAi Technology uses the proceeds from sales of our clothing for charitable purposes, including worldwide disaster relief.
I found that they put all the garbage into one container here, so when I'm introducing our clothing, I try to help them understand that discarded bottles can be turned into usable products. If the bottles are simply buried in the ground, even after thousands of years, they will never decompose.
Most of those serving at the DaAi Technology exhibit are Tzu Chi volunteers, passing on Tzu Chi's spirit of love and service from product to customer. The volunteers' first-hand experience is the best marketing strategy.
Before, if I thought I was right about something, I would get emotional and start a loud argument. But at Tzu Chi, I have learned how to maintain a calm and peaceful state of mind. Now I respect others and have a sense of gratitude. My thinking has changed completely.
Since receiving Tzu Chi's humanistic education and volunteering at nursing homes, I especially treasure my loved ones more. When I see my friends and family, I will hug them now. It's a big step for me.
Most Tzu Chi volunteers here are housewives who don't understand marketing theories or consumer psychology, but their sincere spirit has truly moved fairgoers. Each day, no less than 15 people have signed up to become volunteers.
In China's Fujian province, Tzu Chi volunteers held a two-day recycling education seminar. Over 600 volunteers from Fuding, Quanzhou, Zhangzhou, Xiamen, and Fuzhou areas attended the event. Among the participants was Xiao Meina, who practices recycling with her family every day. And 78-year-old Zheng Chenming said he felt blessed to be able to participate in recycling, as it has made him healthier and happier.
Tzu Chi held a recycling education seminar in Xiamen, Fujian province. The volunteers from Fuding live furthest away, but they came one day earlier to register.
It feels great to see my families come home.
I'm very touched to have Tzu Chi brothers and sisters welcoming us.
This is the second year that the seminar has been held. Over 600 volunteers from Fuding, Zhangzhou, Xiamen, Fuzhou, and Quanzhou are taking part. Recycling volunteers from Taiwan also arrived to share their experiences. 16 teachers from Mingde Elementary School, Quanzhou, want to learn from Tzu Chi so they can promote recycling at their school.
We are here to learn ideas that can enlighten us.
Xiao Meina took 19 family members on stage to share their experiences. Every one of them, young or old, has been recycling every day. One of her sons also encouraged the audience to become vegetarian.
I would like to invite all of you to adopt vegetarianism. Thank you.
This year, many people, especially the elderly, have found a new lease on life by recycling at the recycling stations in local communities. 78-year-old Zheng Chenming has used recyclables to make fans and book stands. Even a plastic cap can be reused.
You can use this utensil to hold incense ashes. Recycling brings you health and blessings.
This is the simplest way to protect our environment.
We often watch weather reports on TV, but how do meteorologists predict the changing weather? Naturally, they don't have special psychic powers. Instead, they are on rotating shifts 24 hours a day, relying on high-tech instruments in the air and on the ground to collect information that is then processed by a computer, and predictions are based on those findings. So you see where the forecasters really don't possess the legendary ability of Zhuge Liang, who was said to be able to command the winds and rain.
By taking advantage of fog upon the river and a rising east wind, by employing a clever gambit, Kong Ming borrows the enemy's arrows. At a time when there was no scientific instruments of observation, could Zhuge Liang, hero of the Tale of Three Kingdoms, actually could foretell meteorological events? In fact, he simply looked to changes in atmospheric conditions and the world around him to anticipate weather patterns. Even today, no one has the power to predict the weather, but predictions can be made by relying on information collected from ground-based observation and advanced technological instrumentation. Each day at 12 p.m. and then again at 8 p.m., meteorologists at Taiwan's Central Weather Bureau release into the air a helium balloon equipped with parachute and radio transmitter. As the balloon soars skyward, the wireless transmitter transmits data on atmospheric conditions.
As the balloon rises, the radio transmitter relays information from every altitude, reporting on temperature, wind direction, and speed. The information is then received and processed by a computer on the ground.
The transmitter balloon is airborne for 2 hours and reaches a minimum altitude of 30 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. When it has reached the upper edge of the stratosphere, the weather station commands the balloon to return and carefully records its findings. Different conditions call for different technology. When extreme weather threatens Taiwan, satellite orbiting the Earth provide real-time monitoring.
Satellite data includes the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere, radiation levels in the clouds, ozone layer and analytical data, as well as ocean surface and ground temperatures.
Satellites can observe cloud distribution in the upper atmosphere, but have no means of providing detailed reports on lower atmospheric phenomena. However, by relying on the principle of water particle distribution and observing the atmosphere from different angles, radar picks up echoes reflected from water particles to estimate amounts of normal rainfall as well as rainfall during typhoons.
At present, our radar has no problems detecting typhoons at a distance of 450 kilometers. However, for more detailed information such as data on wind layers, the maximum range is about 230 kilometers.
These high-resolution meteorology telemetry instruments have been set up at Wufen Mountain in New Taipei City, Hualien City, Kending in Pingdong County, and Qigu in Tainan City. This complete weather radar observation system covers the island of Taiwan and surrounding sea areas. After atmospheric data has been collected from the various observational instruments, it undergoes computer analysis. Computer assessments are then turned into electronic code and transmitted to weather stations in other countries in order to be incorporated into a complete worldwide weather map.
Worldwide weather observations are posted every 3 hours, with new data arriving from everywhere on Earth. Data includes temperatures, humidity, air pressure, wind speed and direction, and weather conditions.
Modern technology provides weather forecasters with the data they need to provide objective forecasts. Thus, weather predictions has gone far beyond the astrological and oracular methods used by ancients to foretell the weather.
We all probably have collected paintings or other artworks at home, and as time passes by, they may get damaged, moldy, or even eaten by insects. In today's feature report on Taiwan's unique traits, we learn the work of art restorer, whose job is to repair damaged paintings. They use all sorts of tools and equipment to return the artwork to its original look.
你也可以用这个放大镜看，它有那个红色是很小的一点一点。
Apart from looking closely with a magnifying glass, this art restorer has one more trick to seek out the problem with this artwork. Through a stereo microscope, one is able to establish whether this painting is engraved or watercolored. Switching off the light and putting on goggles helps the preserver to see even more clearly.
可以看到我们旁边有补过，这是你们有补过的，对不对？
它刚好它缺损的就是长这种形状。
The ultraviolet shot of the painting provides the finest detail of the moldy area, as well as any subtle traces left by the artist. All these seemingly troublesome procedures assist art restorers in their work.
这个就是变成你要把它记录，说是哪边有裂痕。哇塞，那你眼睛要看得很仔细耶。
对，就是它补笔的地方，这就是眉，这个荧光笔这里都是眉。这东西
The machine can't do this work. We must depend on our eyes.
Before becoming an art restorer, DaAi San, who is in charge of ink and watercolored paintings, was a substitute elementary school teacher.
I guess I was interested and curious about this industry. After a while and in the process, I gained a sense of accomplishment.
DaAi San, who majored in art, is familiar with the process of creating an artwork. But preserving a painting is somewhat different and difficult.
We get to copy it, but without meaning to deceive anyone. We just need to let others feel that this is the real painting. All we are doing is enabling the viewers to get a clear picture of the artist's message.
On the basis of previous experience, for this painting of a farmer in Buffalo, DaAi decides not to fix the damaged area, but work on other areas that could destroy the artwork if they are not repaired.
These have little holes in them, so when there are things stuck in there, we can get them out.
Whether it is dental props or kitchen utensils, Zheng Sichang makes good use of any tools he can find. His colleagues often refer to him as the king of equipment.
We use this to clean the surface of a painting or artwork. We rub it against the picture.
Turning an eraser into tiny scrapes and then using them to clean the surface of an artwork, these art restorers think of themselves as apes.
We are like the monkeys you see on the Discovery Channel. They also look for their own tools. It is like a challenge and very interesting too.
Interesting and fun is how Zheng Sichang describes his job, as he searches for many different ways to restore an artwork. Fortunate enough to work indoors in air-conditioned rooms, art restorers are nevertheless prone to occupational injuries.
We have to keep bending our backs so our waist supports our upper bodies, and our hands must be really steady, so all the whole muscle along here is really tense.
If the artwork is huge, it will take us over a month to clean it. All day at work, we have to wear these masks. Otherwise, we will get pimples or allergies. It is not easy work, but we give it our best.
Coming across an antique painting that has a history surpassed their own age, it is the job of these young art restorers to extend its life. These preservers all agree it is a continuing challenge to which they are always working to find solutions. Did you know you can make organic cleaning agent out of rotten fruit? Using the right ratio of sugar and water, an enzyme solution can be produced. The multi-purpose organic solution can be used as an air freshener, cleaning agent, and even as plant fertilizer. This easy-to-make solution is good for both our health and the environment.
The Moon Festival is upon us, and many people will be eating pomelos. Did you know the peel from the fruits can be used to make a cleaning agent?
It is an organic chemical, not like the other active agents on the shelves. This won't pollute the environment or harm your hands.
You can use fruit peels or cut up rotten fruits and add brown sugar and water in a ratio of 3:1 to 10 in that order. Let it sit in an airtight container for 3 months. When done, the mixture can be used to clean furniture or can be used diluted as fertilizer for plants and flowers.
Orange peel and grapefruit peel contain natural lemonade. It is good at dissolving oils, which is why it makes a good cleaning agent. Water and sugar added to lemonade to produce an enzyme solution can break down relatively small organic molecules.
Although cleaning agents sold on the shelves are good at cleaning, they contain chemicals harmful to the environment. If you want a clean house and to protect your health, going organic is best.
With Sunday's Moon Festival approaching, Tzu Chi volunteers in Xindian, Taiwan visited the Guang'en nursing home to bring warmth and a festive atmosphere to the senior residents.
Here at the Guang'en Nursing Home, Xindian Tzu Chi volunteers have arrived not only to celebrate the Moon Festival, but also to share the festive atmosphere with the seniors.
Thank you to all of the Bodhisattvas for giving us this chance to bring Master Zhenyan's blessings here today. It is almost the Moon Festival. We hope everyone is in good health.
With volunteers by their sides, the seniors are very happy. To bring happiness to the nursing home, the volunteers prepare various events. The ball game draws laughter from the seniors. To celebrate the Moon Festival, volunteers present the seniors with sponge cakes and give them various instrumental performances. The love and care from the volunteers make the seniors forget about their age. A little girl was inspired by her mother's gesture. The volunteers treated the seniors just like their family and prepared a pomelo drawing and peeling contest. Regardless of their different pasts, everyone in the nursing home is now part of a big family. As the festival approaches, the volunteers hope to bring a family-like atmosphere to each and every senior.
The Teachers' Day is celebrated on September 28th in Taiwan. Tzu Chi volunteers in New Taipei City went to Xinyi Elementary School in Banqiao and held a tea gathering to encourage students to show appreciation to their teachers. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.